The paper man, listen and practice. Once there was a man made of paper. He was called the paper man. He lived in a town called Dull. In Dull, the people hated anyone strange. They hated clowns, they hated magic people, and they hated anyone who didn't do what they did. Of course, they hated the paper man as well, because humans are not made of paper. Because of this, the paper man hated himself. It was a hard life being made of paper. Every time someone made fire, he had to keep away, or he would be burnt. Every time the wind blew, he went flying down the street. Every time it rained, he got wet, and it took him hours to dry out. When he had an accident, he got scrunched up and had to flatten himself out again. Sometimes, when he sat in a cafe or an office, people came and tried to write on his arm. He had a very hard life, and he just wanted to be a human like everyone else. So one day the paper man decided to change how he looked. He went out and bought some paint. He painted a human body over himself. He painted a normal-looking man, and he hoped that people would see him and think he was real. He went outside to show his new body to everyone. First, when people saw him walking down the street, they thought he was a normal person, just like them. But when he came closer, his pages moved in the wind. But his hair did not move, and his eyes didn't move, and when he spoke his mouth didn't move. He was clearly not a human. Then it rained, and all the paint came off, and he was just a paper man again. Everyone laughed at him, and he ran home crying. Next, he tried using cardboard boxes to make a human body. Then he painted a body on the cardboard and put some clothes on it. Finally, he made eyes and a mouth out of cardboard. He had a human suit. He could move the eyes and mouth from inside the suit. He practiced a lot with his human suit, and finally he went into the world. This time, people thought it really was a human. But the paper man couldn't see where he was going, and it was hard to walk and move the mouth and eyes at the same time. One day, he was walking down the street and he fell over. The cardboard broke, and it looked like he had had a horrible accident. The people around him screamed, "This man is hurt. Call an ambulance." The paper man got up and ran home, and after that day he never went outside again. But one day, a giant came and attacked the city. He picked up houses and ate all the people inside. He broke everything he saw, and all the townspeople screamed and ran away. The paper man did not run away, however. He did not have anything to live for. He would never be a real human, and there was no need for him to live. So he walked out to meet the giant. "Come on, you big horrible thing," said the paper man, "kill me." The giant turned around and laughed. "Ha, okay then," he said, and stood on the paper man, but the paper man did not die. Because he was made of paper, he was just scrunched up. When the giant moved his foot, he quickly flattened himself out. "What is this little thing?" said the giant. "I stood on it and it didn't die. Come on, you horrible giant. Kill me." So the giant stood on the paper man again and again, but every time the paper man was just scrunched up, and he flattened himself out again. The paper man was not hurt at all. But the giant's foot was not so lucky. It had lots of small paper cuts on it, and blood was coming out of them. Ow, ow, ow. How is this horrible man hurting me? Ow! The paper man was tired of this. If the giant couldn't kill him, he wanted to go back home. "Go away," shouted the paper man, "go eat some other city. Or I'll cut your whole body, eep." "No, thank you." The giant ran away, and all the people came back and cheered. "You saved us. You saved us," cried the people. "Did I?" said the paper man. He had not thought about it, but it was true. The city was safe because he made the giant leave. The people lifted the paper man up and carried him through the town. It was easy because paper is light. They had a big party and sang songs about the paper man and the giant. Everyone loved him. Sure, he wasn't human like the others, but it didn't matter. He had saved the town. After that day, the people of Dull did not hate strange things anymore. Now they loved everything strange. Every time a new person came to town, it did not matter if they were a clown, a magic person, or even a man made of paper. The people of Dull welcomed them all. The end.